Good morning, good morning. Just gonna wait for y'all to come on in. I'm letting y'all come in first on TikTok and YouTube before I go live on Instagram and Kick. So come on in, because y'all are y'all are my OGs. So we gonna let y'all put y'all signs in the chat first. So I'm trying to just switch up platforms, see what works. I used to go live on Instagram. That was actually how I first started. So I'm going to do that. Hi there. So we're doing readings today, guys. Put your signs in the chat. Okay, Leo. She said she's not going to be late today. She made sure she was on time today. All right. We got Leo. So drop your signs in the chat. First come, first serve. That's the order in which we will go in. Y'all know my pens keep running out. Let me try to find a good pen. I might have to get up. I do have a few messages for y'all too before we get started, so I'm gonna have to ramble a little bit this morning. I'm gonna have to ramble a little bit. Let's see. I think we got, does this pen work? All right, we can use this pen. Hey, welcome y'all. Welcome, welcome. Get y'all signs on here. Okay, we got a Virgo. Let me make sure I want to be fair. Okay, we got Aquarius, we got Sag, Virgo, Pisces. All right, I'm going to get started on, let me pull up Instagram too. Yep, I know. I got Amelia. All she got to do is put hey, and I already know. I know it's her. So I put the Sag on there. Okay, we got Capricorn. Y'all both put Capricorn at the same time. All right, so y'all know I don't know if y'all know, but I used to go live on Instagram. So we're going to try that out today. I'm going to do Instagram and Kick instead of Twitch today. So we're going to try that out. Let's make sure I can set that up. I think I can. Let's make sure it works. Because at first somebody said that you needed 1,000 subscribers, but I switched my profile to business. So if anybody's wondering, I like to give y'all the streamer tips in case anybody does their own content creation. Let's make sure it went live on this end. Am I live? Yeah, make sure it worked. Let's see. Let me put the chat on here. Gemini, thank you for the gift. Thank you. Keep dropping y'all signs in the chat, y'all. So far, we've got Leo, Cancer, Aquarius, Sag, Virgo, Pisces, Capricorn, and then we got Gemini. Hold on, I want to make sure that it's actually working because I have no idea how Instagram really works through, because I'm doing it on Restream, and I want to make sure that it actually pops up. Let's see. It doesn't look like it's on. Thank you. Let's see here. Give me one sec. This will take, I'm not going to lie to y'all. I do have a few messages that I want to share. So it might be a few minutes before we get started. I'll start this while I try to do this part. Let's see. Live video. Yes.
I just need to come in here to get my iPad. Did you unplug?
Okay. Wait, you see how I do that? Huh?
You unplugged my iPad. It was still charged.
Yeah, I had to iron my thing. Sorry, bud. Let me see if I did this correctly, guys. Hold on. I'm trying to go live on Instagram through Restream. Content creation is not easy. If you see people doing it, it is not, like, I know it seems like the easy way and stuff like that, but it's a lot that goes into it. It is not that easy. All right, we just going to have to, oh well. I lied to them then. I told them I was going to go live and it's not working. Let me see. Oh wells. Okay. We'll do that later. So really quick, a few of the messages. Oh, I'm a Sag. So really quick, a few messages that I do want to give. Yesterday, I remember Sag's reading was about the need to be concerned. So I did experience a situation where there was a need for me to look deeper into something or to be more careful. And that pertained to a couple of things. So like just I told y'all how like typically I know Sagittarius may like to rush into things or jump into things impulsively and get things done. They might skip over details. So that did happen with my Oracle deck, and I had to slow down. I took a long time. I looked over it a million times. I made my sister look at it. I made my daughter look at it. And then the company still emailed me. It was like, hey, do you want to remove these borders? So I had to, I had to go about it in a very detailed manner. So that was just a more lighthearted kind of situation for that. But also with a certain, I guess, thank you very much, Karen. I appreciate that. But also with a certain person that was patronizing me, I did have to kind of set a professional boundary. Now with my ladies, y'all do whatever you want, but I know the men like to tiptoe across that line. So I'm not as stern with the women when women email me or whatever. That's different, or want to follow me and stuff. I don't care about that. But men always got to take that extra step that they just should not take. So Sagittarius, if you're dealing with anything, and the irony is he claims he's a Sag. I don't know. Sometimes people lie so that they can seem like they have something in common with me, but if you Sagittarius, any woman really, if you guys are dealing with something where somebody is stepping across those boundaries, please set those boundaries. Like I had to be very, very firm, and he got mad at me. And I'm like, he was like, well, it's not all about the money for me. I said, yeah, but this is a professional relationship. That's how you know me, is because you booked readings. And he was just sending all these emails and all these things, and it was just too much. So please, please, please set y'all boundaries. I knew I had an inkling not to really like, I guess, kind of trust him as easily. I knew something was a little off. So I just wanted to throw that message out there. Also, guys, like specifically men. I have when the women ask me questions, it's very different. I know their intentions. But please, y'all, it is not going to happen. If you are patronizing me, I appreciate it. Please come with the intent of wanting a reading or wanting a product. I don't date men off of the internet. I'm not going to date a customer. It's not going to happen. It is not going to happen. Do not get upset with me when you find out that it's not going to happen. I'm going to have to clip this and let the men know. Like there is no chance. I'm not dating you. We're not friends. No. Now women, we friends. We cool. Y'all do, ask me whatever y'all need to ask me, certain stuff, whatever. But please, I cannot. I cannot. Thank you. I appreciate it. I appreciate all compliments. I don't care. We can play around. We can flirt, joke. That's perfectly fine. But it's not, don't start emailing me long things. It's not going to happen. I'm so sorry. I barely talk to the men that I meet in person. I'm not even dating anybody right now. So I'm really not going to date y'all. So it's not going to happen that way. All right. So that was the main thing. Another thing too, Scorpio has been coming out with the fight energy. They've been coming out with a lot of conflict just the past 2 days. I did find out what that was. It's not happening to me personally, thank goodness. But I did see what that was. So we'll see what comes out today for Scorpios. Just want to give y'all that disclaimer. Don't be getting mad at me. All right, whatever the thing is, it is what it is. Thank you, Sammy. I appreciate that. So we're about to get started. I'm going to try one last time to do this live video for Instagram. And then after that, I'm going to give up. So just give me 1 second. Let's see if we can. We're going to try. Let me see. I'm going to exit really quick. And then we'll just get started because I know y'all waiting. Hey, y'all, welcome. Thank you for the compliment. Good morning. Let's see. Ooh, my lashes. Give me about 4 minutes. Yes, Scorpio is actually on the list. So far we've got Leo, Cancer, Aquarius, Sag, Virgo, Pisces, Capricorn, Gemini, Libra, Scorpio. I think the only two we might be missing is Aries and Taurus. Do we have an Aries and a Taurus? This is just shea butter, Carl. Calm your loins. We know Carl just joined. He didn't listen to anything I said in the beginning of this video asking about the oil on my skin. I'm just playing, but no, this is just melted shea butter, guys. That's all it is. All right, let me see if I can add this channel real quick. We're gonna put this little code, and if it don't work, it just don't work. Yeah, I'm just gonna move on with my life. Okay. You say you want to be in their business. I can't tell you the personal experience that I witnessed, but you know, I said, oh, that's why they're so crazy right now. I wonder, I should look at the astrology wheel. All right, we're going to see if this works on Instagram real quick, y'all. And then after this, I'm going to get started. Let me look at the aspects too. I don't see, it's no planets in Scorpio, so they just acting a fool just to do it, I guess. No, I'm just playing. I'm just playing. Let me see. Did it work? No, I don't think it did. I don't think it did. I had to go live. We use it. Going live. All right, they being too difficult. All right, I'm a millennial. I'm 35. I don't have time for this. Okay. All right, Taurus and Aries. All right, that's good enough. It's all good. We're on kick. We're going to get started. Aries is going to be the last one. Yep, we got all the signs. So let me just reiterate the order for y'all real quick. Thank y'all for being patient. I've been talking on here for a long time. We got Leo, Cancer, Aquarius, Sag, Virgo, Pisces, Capricorn, Gemini, Libra, Scorpio, Taurus, and Aries. That's the order we're going in today. Oh, one last thing. I am working on an ebook because I know a lot of people liked the little birth chart reading that I did. So this is going to be like a little $10 ebook. I don't want it to be long, and it's just going to be how you can read your birth chart and read like astrology transits. So that's what it's going to be. I'll let y'all know when that's done. That might not be for a while. And I ordered the Oracle deck. Thank you, Lux. I ordered the Oracle deck, so the Oracle deck will be on the way. So I will only moving forward be using my own like decks and everything. But these are still available in my store, and I'll probably use them from time to time. But all right, so we're gonna get started with my Leos. Let's get the timestamp real quick. You said I look 19. Well, thanks. You said how long until Aries? Oh, Aries is last. So honestly, about 2 hours. I'm not going to hold you. So each reading is going to be about 10 to 15 minutes. Then, you know, I got to talk to people back and forth. So it's going to be a while. So come back at about, what time is it? 8 o'clock. I'll come back about 9:30, 10 o'clock. But this will be also up on my YouTube. So if you're gone, it's up on my YouTube. It's the same username. And yeah, everything is the same energy. And it'll be time stamped. All right, y'all. Thank you for listening to me talk for 13 minutes. What's the energy surrounding my Leos? What is the center of the reading for the Leos here? Okay, tenacity, focus. All right, this can also be like kind of an audacious energy, like a little bit of audacity, but definitely like focus, determined to have something in particular. What role do you play here, Leos? Let's see. Okay, so you're coming out as finesse. So typically with finesse, that means that a plan that you did have may not go as planned. Finesse can also be like you are trying to be intentional, maybe trying to sneak something past somebody. But we're going to clarify what finesse is for you. What is your intended outcome here, Leos? Let's see. What's your intended outcome? Hey there, welcome. Okay, leadership. So if this has anything to do with career-wise, you may want a leadership position like a manager, supervisor position. You may just be trying to teach somebody something or lead in a specific manner. You may, excuse me, if there's anything where you want to do like entrepreneurship, there may be an issue with that. So we'll clarify. All right, so what's actually occurring? Let's see. What might actually be occurring? We got resilience and passion, so we'll see if that comes back out. Let's see. So what's actually occurring other than leadership here, and then we'll see what other energy you need to be in. Okay, skills. So instead of if you want to be a leader, it's more like a partnership, or a Libra is in charge of something. All right, so if you're trying to lead, a Libra is in charge of it, or there's like a partnership. It's not really a leadership thing. Okay. All right, so let's see. What energy should you be in here? I'm also getting to, I do want to say this. If there is anything that you're doing where you're trying to find like a loophole, or you may be doing anything that's, a few people do illegal things from time to time. It's not my business. Thank you. If you're doing anything sneaky, illegal, this could be the justice system kind of catching that or catching you. Or if you're trying to find a loophole, there may be laws and regulations against that loophole. Okay. So just keep that in mind if you want to do anything fraudy today or tomorrow, you might get caught. So just keep that in mind. All right. What energy should you be in, Leos? Let's see. What energy should you be in for yourself? Okay, peace. All right, so I feel like you're being very intentional. You may have to do something that's easier to do. What else do you need to be at peace with? I would also say, I'm not gonna lie, I don't know who's watching because I have done like what is it, like legal readings before, like law system readings. If there's anything legal, this is a sign not to say anything or not to speak on anything. But what do you need to be at peace with here? You're not being told to worry at all. All right, so you got truth. Yeah, just, I feel like people can see what's going on. If it is something sneaky, I wouldn't, it is what it is. I wouldn't fight against this. But if you're just trying to plan something, I would try to take a day off or try to think about a better strategy if this is something business or career wise. All right, so let's see. Let's see. I'm not any of you peoples on the internet. Thank you, Yana. All right, so let's see. Let's get 8 cards. I told y'all. Y'all see the chat. I told y'all. What did I say before we even started this reading? They can't do it. They just can't do it. All right, so you got... Yeah, there you go right there, finesse. So that's how finesse looks at this day. That's 7 of Swords. So you got the Page of Swords, 7 of Swords. So we do see you if you're trying to do something. The 10 of Swords and then the 10 of Wands. I'm also getting to, if you're trying to take a shortcut, that is not going to work. You have to do something the hard way. All right. I'm also getting to, if you're trying to leave something behind, you have to come back and complete it. Yeah, I feel like, yeah, you're going to have to get more information. There may also be like a law and a regulation or rules involved here that you're not following. But I feel like you need to go back to the drawing board and plan something. This can also represent like somebody else kind of pointing that out to you. I'm also getting to, if you're trying to lead, like say this is you in this position, right? And you want to lead somebody and teach them. I feel like you may be trying to find like a loophole to it or trying to do a shortcut way. We're going to see what else is missing. I feel like too, it's difficult to lead whatever you're trying to lead, or it's difficult to teach whatever you're trying to teach here. All right, we'll figure out why. So let me get the rest of the cards. Yeah, the 10 of Cups, the 3 of Wands. Yeah. So people are, I mean, it's interesting. You didn't pull any major arcana. So it's like people are watching. They may not take something seriously if it's in a 10 of Cups, but you are doing a lot where you're trying to present something. Let's see why this isn't working. So what energy should you be in with peace here? Maybe it's your family. It could be kids with the Page of Cups. Let's see. Wow, the 5 of Wands. Now, this has been coming out for the couple of days with Scorpio. So we're going to see what that is. But your energy should be peace. The 5 of Wands. There's the Hierophant. Okay, there's the 6 of Wands. Okay. So I feel there may be another person that has to be in charge in this case. I feel like too, like I said, there's rules and regulations. So if there's a, say this is at work, right? And say you wanted a promotion. The person who's going to get promoted, they're kind of following some sort of rules or regulations. I feel like too, there's something that may be fought in court, or like there's mediation to decide who's going to be in charge, or like who's going to be in control of something. All right. Oh Lord. Hold on, y'all. Oh no, they on the dag on YouTube now, not the pregnancy spell. Don't y'all get no pregnancy spells. Don't y'all let no stranger on the internet do no damn pregnancy spell on you. Give birth to a damn. All right, anyway, let me focus. All right, so what's missing from what you're doing, Leo? What was missing, or why did this not work? Interesting. The Three of Cups. Now, what's missing may be that there's no women. I don't know what you're leading. You may need women involved, or you may have needed other people to kind of help you. There might be a network that's missing. Like, say you want to do something and it depends on like how people view your business or patronize your business. The issue may be that they feel like you don't have enough supporters, or you don't have like a wide enough network. I feel like too, there's something like there's not enough women involved or something like that. Let's see what else. What else were you intending on having here? We know it's leadership, but I want to see how that's depicted for you. What else were you intended on doing? And then we'll see what occurs here. Okay, maybe you might have wanted to inspire somebody, kind of give them like, hey, like come do what I'm doing. You know, that kind of scenario. All right, what's going to be, what actually happens with skill here? Like you wanted to inspire somebody. Yeah, the Knight of Pentacles. Somebody could already know how to do something that you want to lead them on. Skill, literally. Thank you for the compliment, Ariana. Skill can just be like somebody is already experienced. If you're trying to inspire somebody to kind of go on a path with you, they're already kind of on their own path here. All right. Yeah, Knight of Pentacles, Eight of Wands, and in the World. All right, so this is your reading. Let's see what else is the outcome for you, Leos. You said you thought a pregnancy spell could really be a thing. It might be. I believe, you know, in hoodoo and voodoo and all that to an extent, but I wouldn't get a pregnancy spell from a spam chat bot. All right, what's the outcome here? All right, so self-esteem, self-love, yeah, resilience. I feel like it's going to be difficult. Or like I said, if you were trying to take a shortcut, it's just not going to be a shortcut way. Something is difficult. You do have to put a lot of energy into something. Now, I will say this, like if this is, because leadership, sometimes I look at that as one, like a side hustle, an entrepreneurship. Even if you are working a 9 to 5 and you want to be a supervisor or a manager, that is a lot of work. It's a lot of responsibility. So if there's a scenario where you're trying to take a shortcut, I think like a lot of times we as people, we underestimate just how much you have to carry on your own, or just how much you have to do. Like even doing like videos, right? It took me a long time to build this up. Like Amelia been here since like day one. I've been doing this every day almost for like a year or two. So it is not easy to just do something or build it up or have a side hustle or anything like that. Even when I used to do art, I would have to lug literally like 20, 30 paintings, tables, chairs, all that stuff to a vending show. Like something that you're trying to do, you cannot take a shortcut to do it. It's going to take a lot. All right. So that's Leo's reading. That is Leo's reading. Let's see. So if you guys are in finesse, I would, you are in peace. So I would like take a day off, or like take a day to like kind of re-strategize or think about what you're trying to do. Also, if you're trying to inspire somebody, it could just be as simple as they just don't want to listen. You know what I'm saying? Like, I just wouldn't even, they don't want to listen. They're not going to be inspired to follow after what you're trying to do. They kind of want to stay on their own path. All right. All right, so we got Leo. The next people are Cancer, and then we're going to do Aquarius after that. Let me get some tea. Let me see something. Okay, yeah. Instagram didn't work. That Joe didn't work at all. I wish I could change the channels on here and switch it to oh, I can. Oh yeah, it says unable to connect. Okay, that's all good. I can switch it to Twitch. I didn't know that. That's high tech. All right. Hopefully it works. Okay. Let's see. You said that's why you stopped talking. People do not listen, honestly. I'll be honest with you. People pay me to tell them stuff and they still don't listen to me. So people are hard, you know. Everybody doesn't listen. All right, let's see. Cancer. Cancer is next. Hey there, welcome. We got all the signs in the chat, y'all. We got all the signs in the chat. All right, Cancer. What is the energy surrounding the Cancers here? This is a situation for my Cancers. Thank you. Okay, self-esteem. Somebody in this energy could be offended or feel left out. They may get triggered. All right, now I don't know if it's you or not, Cancers, but let's see. What might trigger somebody here? Let's see. What might trigger someone? Okay, mood. All right, let me get one more. And an ambition. They may not like their job. We got connectivity and mystery. All right, so I feel like there looks like there's something about secrets, or there is something that's repetitive too, like a repetitive cycle. Somebody may feel trapped dealing with their job or something like that. All right, we'll clarify. All right, what other energy should you be in? Thanks. This is the Hip Hop Oracle deck. All right, what other energy should you be in, Cancers? Or what's your current energy? Let's see that. What is your role? What is your current energy here, Cancers? Okay, so you're coming out in Leo energy. You could be dealing with a Leo. You could be related to a Leo, or you may have Leo placements. All right, so whatever this is, typically what I'm realizing now is when I pull this, like somebody else's sign, either you are being instructed by this person to do something, or you're acting in the same manner as they are, right? So it could be that. Or you're bringing them up in discussion. All right, so let's see. But you're coming out as strength. You're able to do something. You're able to stay consistent in something. You've been consistently building it up. All right, so what other energy should you be in? Hi there on Kick. That's not going to happen. Y'all being extra freaky today. No, you didn't miss Sagittarius. All right, so let's see. What other energy should you be in, Cancers? Okay, your intuition. Okay, so trust yourself here. What is your intuition telling you to do, Cancers? Follow your first thought, your first instinct. You've got love, fight, and ambition. Okay, so I feel like your intuition is telling you that a romantic relationship may conflict with your career. All right, or kind of what I was talking about in the beginning of this video. If you were doing something professionally, you may have to set a professional boundary. You can't be, sometimes you can't be friends with everybody. Like if this is at work, you have to keep something professional. They're like, say you really love your staff member or something and they're doing something crazy, you're gonna have to call them out. You can't let somebody like slide or mess up the career, mess up the work product just because you like that employee. Or if you're trying to start a side hustle, you can't give all of your friends something for free. You have to consider your bottom line. You have to consider profit, or but we'll clarify what it is. It can literally be your relationship may conflict with you focusing on your career. All right, so let's see. Let's get 8 cards. Okay, we got the Knight of Pentacles, the Tower, the Four of Wands, the Queen of Swords, 7 of Pentacles, the 3 of Cups, Ace of Wands, the Temperance. Okay, so now remember, some of these cards did come out for Leo, but we will see what this is. The signs you have out is the Tower and the Temperance, so Aquarius and Sagittarius energy. I see somebody going into a scenario. They are expecting to partner up, but it looks like something will get cut off. Here's the professionalism. All right, so I feel like somebody is not expecting someone to be professional. I feel like somebody is genuinely expecting somebody to be a friend. I'm going to hold this up so that you can see it. But I feel like somebody is expecting like somebody to kind of come along and be partners or be friends. All right, but somebody is being professional. I feel like also this can be you with the tower realizing that you have to be more professional or be more strict and kind of set a boundary. All right, so we have the Seven of Pentacles, the Three of Cups, Ace of Wands, and then the Temperance. Now, I don't know if anybody's dealing with a Sag, but this is kind of the, if somebody was trying to lead a Sag or teach a Sag or anything, that was the energy that needed to be implemented in the Leo reading to inspire somebody, but we'll clarify what this is. So let's see. What else? Let's see what love is really quick. I feel like it's a, you know, a partnership or something like that. All right, so we've got the Emperor, yeah, Knight of Cups, and the Star. I mean, this is so obvious. Like somebody is approaching or flirting with somebody. They're flirting with someone, literally. All right, so I feel like if the woman isn't, if there's a woman that's in the Star position, she is, and this can be an Aquarius. I see a lot of air sign energy, but I feel like this is for you. This, I feel like you need to know this. But yeah, somebody is flirting with them. That's pretty much it. Let's see. I mean, it's very, very clear. Thank you. Oh, this deck also is my deck. So this deck is available in my store if you guys are interested, and my Oracle deck is on the way. All right, so what's the ambition here? I feel like that's the issue. Something, it conflicts. Yeah, the Eight of Wands, the Nine of Cups, and then the Queen of Wands. So I feel like this can also be like whatever you do for work, teaching something. I feel like too, something is being done solo. All right, so all of these cards have somebody independent in them or somebody by themselves in these cards. So I feel like something is supposed to be done solo. Um, So somebody may get offended. I feel like you have to let somebody know this, especially if you're coming out in the strength, because this can be your energy, Queen of Wands, right? But let's see, you may be talking to somebody about this, telling them this. What's self-esteem here? And I'm going to clarify the Tower really quick. Let me get one more, the Devil card, and then the Queen of Pentacles. Yeah, it's a perspective. Somebody's just not expecting it. Because the Devil card is coming out in the position of the air, the way they view something. All right, literally somebody may feel defensive. Now, if this is you and you feel bad about that, you're like, I don't want to have to be professional, but you have to. That's what your intuition is telling you to do. All right, so let's see the Tower. What else is expected here? Somebody might feel rejected in front of a group of people, depending on what you do for work or what you know how it's set up. But what else is expected? All right, there's a tenacity card and what actually occurs here. We're going to figure out what the temperance is. Yeah, truth. So that could be why the temperance came out. Sagittarius rules truth. We can see it. I feel like, too, this was not supposed to be noticeable. I feel like you're not supposed to notice that somebody's trying to cross a professional boundary, or you're not supposed to notice that a love relationship can conflict with your career. That was supposed to go unnoticed. All right, so that's pretty much, let's see, what else is the temperance? We'll see what the outcome is for you. Yeah, resistance. That's funny. Resistance and superstition. I told y'all yesterday that was that was what Sagittarius was supposed to do, was actually be concerned. All right, so what's the outcome for you, Cancers? Let's see. What's the outcome for you? All right, so you are going to change what you're doing here. So there will be a change. Let's just clarify one more time. What else is the current state? Yeah, humor. And what is it going to change into? Yeah, emotion. So this could trigger somebody. At first, somebody could be nice, kind. They may be getting along with you. And then you say, hey, you know, this is a business. There's Eight of Pentacles. It's like, hey, we're working here. Let's see what humor looks like. I already pulled the Ten of Cups and the Nine of Cups. Yeah, the Ace of Cups. What is it going to turn into? Yeah, Ace of Pentacles. Now, excuse me, now we're talking about something realistic. I feel like, too, the emotions are going to be removed from something. All right, so that is what you're going to learn how to do, or that is what you're being told to do. All right. Yep, there's a new perspective. I feel like too, yeah, you're going to be ignoring something here. You may have been accepting like certain offers from people, things like that. You are going to be focused more on professionalism. Now, this is like in the workplace, like say there's not like a personal relationship that's conflicting with it. It's just about you really looking at somebody's work ethic. You know, what are they actually doing in the workplace? Is it actually beneficial? Is it actually helpful? Things like that. Versus like, are they nice? All right, so that was your reading, Cancers. Aquarius is next, and then we'll be doing Sagittarius. Ooh, that's some good tea, y'all. Oops. Let me see. I gotta hide the creepo. Oh, well, I'll do it later. I don't care. All right, so Aquarius, let me timestamp it. 36 minutes. All right, Aquarius. Thank you for sharing the live. Welcome, y'all. Y'all see, they doing exactly what I said they was going to do. Read the chat. Read the chat. This is literally what I made a TikTok about it and everything. They can't help themselves. All right. No, we didn't do Libra yet. Real quick, the order is we did Leo and Cancer. We're going to do Aquarius, Sag, Virgo, Pisces, Capricorn, Gemini, Libra, Scorpio, Taurus, Aries. All right, Aquarius. Let's see. What is the center of the reading for the Aquarius is? What's the center of the reading for Aquarius? Okay, truth. All right, so we are able to see the truth. We're able to realize something. All right, what do we see the truth about here? Okay, yourself, Aquarius. All right, now, hopefully it's you seeing the truth about yourself. All right, so we see the truth about you, or you may see the truth about another Aquarius. Now, before I proceed, don't get mad at me. I'm just a reader. It's just my job, okay? I just work here. So, what is the truth about you, Aquarius? It could be something positive. It don't have to be nothing crazy. Let's see. What's the truth about you, Aquarius? Okay, respect. So there's a certain level of respect or rules or standards, or you follow a tradition. You follow a certain tradition here. There could also be a dynamic between you and a Taurus for some of you. But we can see that it's like there's a set standard, a set rule, regulations, things like that. You got respect, superstition, connectivity. Okay. So we'll pull cards. What else is your current energy here, Aquarius? No, I didn't do Virgo yet. What else is your current energy, Aquarius? Okay, vision. All right. So maybe you're observing this about yourself, or you could be this could be another Aquarius and a Taurus or something, and you're observing this. But what are you observing with vision? And then we'll see what other energy you need to be in here. Okay, hustle and ambition. Okay, so it looks like you're watching somebody work. Okay, you're watching somebody work, they're making money, or you're observing somebody generate income. Okay. So hustle and ambition. This could also be you watching some sort of scenario with a Virgo. Virgo rules ambition. All right, we'll clarify. And then what other energy should you be in, Aquarius? Let's see. Thank you, Bree. What other energy should you be in, Aquarius? All right, so you have connectivity and defiance. Okay, okay. The truth about you right now is that you follow a certain set of rules and regulations, or you have respect for something. You have a perspective on disrespect here. You have a certain kind of, you view disrespect, or you view breaking the rules one way. All right, let's get the cards. Let's try to break it down. Let's see. This is a live Bananarama on Kick. This is live. All right, so let's get 8 cards here, Aquarius. Actually, let's break yours down a little differently. What do we see that is the truth about you? Let's get 1 card. Also, we know that Aquarius is Saturn ruled. All right, so yes, this is collected by zodiac signs. And we are not going in order. We're not going in order. We didn't do Sag yet. We go in order of first come, first serve, y'all, if you're new here. All right, so Aquarius is ruled by Saturn. So you guys are very, you're a fixed sign. Taurus is also a fixed sign. Somebody could be feeling like you may be stuck in certain ways here, but we're going to clarify. We're going to see. Let's see. Thank you, Banana Marama. Yes, I'm a real person. Make sure you follow on Kick. I need to get my Kick streams up. Share it with your friends. All right, let's see. What's the truth about you, Aquarius? Yeah, the King of Pentacles. I mean, it's pretty straightforward. So you could be very, like, have something set in stone. This is what you believe in. You are not going to change it. If anybody's wondering, you may have a Taurus placement. All right, Taurus rising, Taurus moon. We can see it is visible. Or you may be dealing with a Taurus. It's very, like, it's very evident. There is proof. All right, yeah, you got Justice. Yeah. Justice, the 2 of Cups, and the Star. So I feel like there is a very set rule and regulation that you abide by. You don't really change that. Or you don't shift up what you're thinking or what you're doing at all. This is literally how you view the world almost. Like, this is how you operate. These are your laws, your rules, your regulations. All right. I gotta be a little messy. It just depends on who's watching or who's watching for what. Somebody is married. They are in a relationship. If you're wondering, it looks like this Aquarius in particular is in a relationship or something like that. All right, I'm gonna put the rest of these back. We may need them. All right, so I actually need to open a second deck for clarity, but all right. So what is your energy and vision, Aquarius? Okay, so you've got the Hermit. You are observing something from a distance. Like I did mention Virgo as well. So you could be observing something from a distance, all right, or you're looking back on something. What are you observing? Again, like I said, you just could be dealing with a Virgo. Yes, I'm on TikTok and YouTube. So what are you observing here? Okay, so you could be observing a Capricorn or... yeah, with hustle, you're observing a Capricorn or you're observing like a business. I feel like you're realizing something about a tradition here. There's the Sun, 3 of Cups, the Ace of Cups, and then the Queen of Wands. Okay, so that has something to do with that business, that professional energy that we talked about. But you're observing a Capricorn. All right, I feel like, too, you're seeing that somebody really is knowledgeable about what they're working on. What does this person have knowledge of here? And then we're going to see what other energy you should be in. Defiance, the 5 of Swords. So you may be observing somebody else that is able to do something, but they're breaking some sort of rules or regulations. Okay, so let's see. What energy should you be in here, Aquarius, for yourself with connectivity and defiance? Okay, now you have the Emperor. Interesting. So I feel like the difference between this is maybe you have a respect for somebody else's standards or somebody else's rules, right? You said the rules on TikTok is crazy. You get in trouble easily. Yeah, you do. Sometimes they'll restrict me, but I'm not ignoring you, Banana Ram. I got you in a second. But the energy you should be in is the Emperor. I feel like you may have respect for something, but it goes against protecting yourself because the Emperor can represent like protecting ourselves, but it's also being able to manifest something. If you're in the Hermit, that's kind of an energy where you know how to do something, but you may not be implementing everything that you can do. All right, who sees the truth here? Let's clarify that. What else? Who else sees the truth here? Okay, the Lovers. It can be a Gemini. All right, it is a Gemini or it is somebody that is partnered with you. Yes, it's a Gemini. It could be also, if you don't know any Geminis, it is a sibling, a friend, a neighbor. All right, Gemini rules like the people that are around us, like close in our proximity, which is interesting because you're the last air sign. This is the first air sign. So Aquarius, when I say it rules groups of people, right? Aquarius is typically like a very large group of people, or it could be like different, everybody has different cultures, things like that, different identities, ages, blah, blah, blah. The lovers is people that like, okay, we all went to the same school together, or like, okay, they live next door, or this is my brother, this is my sister. Those are the kind of people that represents. But I feel like this person can see this about you. I'm going to say too, you may not be focusing on something in the right manner. It's almost like you can see it, your vision, but you're not implementing something, or you're not. Let's see what you need to be kind of looking at or kind of protecting from. It's kind of like you're not implementing all of your, so the Emperor is all four kings. It's like you're not implementing the King of Cups, the King of Swords, the King of Wands, things like that. But what else do you need to protect against or pay more attention to here? I'm going to see what you have respect for as well. Yeah, there it is. I can't, it's like, there you go again. You're right there. Let's see. What are you doing out of respect, or what rule are you following here? You could do something like really, really by the book. Ooh, that was too many. All right, so let's see. What are you doing out of respect here? Okay, you got, yeah, innovation, mood, and healing. So if there's an issue, because I don't know if that's what you're supposed to be doing or something like that. Let's see. What are you creating here? You're trying to ignore something by focusing on something else. Who do you have respect for? Yeah, you got the Seven of Pentacles, the Four of Pentacles, the Five of Wands. It's like a petty energy here. Yeah, and then the Two of Swords. What is the outcome of you doing this? Okay, you got the Ten of Pentacles, the King of Swords. It's like you're witnessing somebody be able to make money, or the outcome has something to do with a large group of people. You might, maybe you're doing this for professional reasons. That could be it. Maybe that's why you're following a certain standard or a certain goal. All right, well, how do you view defiance? Because it has to do with your perspective on defiance here. Okay, emotion. So you feel like something is just based on emotions. You feel like what you're doing is being as professional as possible. So you feel like, okay, well, the only reason you're going against the grain, or the only reason you're breaking some sort of rule here, is out of emotions. All right, personality, dominance, and resistance. All right, well, what other energy should you be in, Aquarius? Let's see. You got courage. What else do you need the courage to do? Defense. I said that. You need to protect something. You need to be in the Emperor. You're not that. I knew it. Okay, I'd be questioning myself too much. That's what I figured. What do you need to block out? It's like you're not protecting something out of respect for somebody else or something like that. What do you need to defend against or block out? You see it. You know it. You already know, or let's see. What do you need to stop from occurring? Yeah, the Tower. You already can see it. You just, it's like you're trying, I don't know if you're trying to mind your business or trying not to step in, or maybe you think you can't protect something. What do you need to block out here or defend? Maybe you have to do it to be quiet about something. Yeah, the Judgment, the Eight of Swords. I feel like you feel like something is disrespectful, or you feel like something is breaking a boundary or breaking a rule, but it's not. You need to defend yourself, or you need to say no to something or protect something. Like you're kind of you may be letting something slide out of I'm not getting, well, it could be fear if your advice is courage. But I'm not getting his fear. I feel like you're trying to, like, okay, this is somebody's rules. Okay, whatever. I'm going to, mind my business. But it's like you're allowing yourself to be kind of open to something that you need to, actually defend yourself against. So you'll know what it is because you can see it. You know what it is. This is not the type of reading where you're going to be confused or anything like that. It's more so like you got, defend yourself or protect something. All right. So that was Aquarius. Thank you, Melissa. All right. So let's see. We're going to do the next reading. I feel like YouTube sent these men today because of what I said. All right, so we're going to do Sag next. I do have Gemini on the list, but it's far down the list. Those of you that, because I see Banana Rama on Kick, he was talking about streaming. Like, my favorite streaming platform personally, I do like YouTube. But I do want to point out for YouTube, I saw somebody post a TikTok about this. They are about to increase how many watch hours you need to become, to become monetized. All right, so it is going to double. Right now, you just need 4,000 watch hours. You're going to need 8,000 watch hours, okay, to get monetized. So I just want to throw that out there. If anybody does their own content, that's going to start in February. Yeah, I would get on it now so you could get that 4,000. You could get monetized before that happens, or at least you could get closer. TikTok is very strict. He's right. He mentioned that TikTok has a lot of rules. They do restrict you a lot. They've been a little more lenient on me the last couple of days. I don't want to jinx it, but they will come in and restrict you like for nothing almost. I don't know why, because they let Perez Hilton get on there and then cut himself or some crazy shit. So they pick and choose. I don't know. They pick and choose. I done seen people smoking and drinking and all kinds of stuff on live, but I show my shoulders and I get restricted for nudity. So I don't know, child. I don't know what the I don't know. I don't know what the parameters are. I don't know how they choose. But yeah. You said Kick is laid back. I like Kick. I get some followers. Kick is growing faster for me than Twitch. So I'm on Kick, Twitch, TikTok, and YouTube. I tried to do Instagram today, but I could not do it from my computer. So I would have to do it from my phone. Amelia, I thought that that's what it was, but it's not. I will admit, I've seen some black people on live doing some crazy shit. I have. I don't know what they choose. I don't know. Maybe it's because I'm doing something spiritual. I don't know. It's weird. It's weird. You said you're going to start again. Going live is definitely, you also have to have thick skin too, because you're gonna have a lot of crazy people. I've dealt with a lot of craziness. But yeah. All right, y'all. Sorry, I feel like I'm talking a lot today. Let's see. All right, Sagittarius is next. I'm mad because I put on my story that I was going live on Instagram and I couldn't go live. That's funny. All right, so let's see. It's okay. Those are mostly people that I know. So they can find me. You say you love how I laugh it off. Yeah, I don't know. I grew up in PG County, so people been talking about me my whole life. So it's not, when I get on the internet and it's strangers, I'll be like, I don't even know you. People that I've known forever said way worse things than that. Yeah, the algorithm is biased. Yeah, it probably does. Yeah, you're right. It probably does factor into spiritual content too. It does. It definitely does. Especially now because it's not owned, by, what was it? It was China or whatever. So since they bought it, that's really when it got like messed up because people were going too viral and they were making too much money, honestly. No, I haven't done Aries. Aries is last today, so you got a while. All right, Sagittarius. Let's see. What's the energy surrounding my Sagittarius is? Oh, yourself or another Sagittarius. It's either yourself or another Sag. All right, so you're coming out as angel. All right, so if this is you, we're going to focus it on you for right now. But what about you, Sagittarius? What about you? Could definitely be another one. Okay, knowledge. All right. So if you're wondering, don't question yourself. You know what you're doing. But let's see. What do you have knowledge of here? What do you have? So this, whenever I pull energy like this, it's like a reassurance. So like if you're watching today, you may go through a scenario where you're like, damn, I don't know if I'm making the right decision, but you do know. So don't, it's okay. Or like if you make a decision, you're like, damn, I shouldn't have did that, said that, blah, blah, blah. You do know. It's okay. All right, but what do you have knowledge of here, Sagittarius? And we're gonna see what you need to do with it. Okay, potential. All right, so you have knowledge of potential. This could be your own true potential. This could be something that you're physically looking at or studying. All right, potential to me can sometimes be the Page of Pentacles. It's a message. So it's something that you're able to pay attention to. This could be either your own potential or somebody else's potential, or really just potential in general. Like maybe you have an eye for like, okay, I know how that's going to turn out. I know how that's going to turn out, something like that. All right, so what energy should you be in with this knowledge or with this information, Sagittarius is? Okay, you got sexuality, which is Gemini energy. All right, so I feel like you're going to know what decisions to make because you know what the something has the potential to be. So what's interesting is this is Earth energy and this is Gemini, which is after Taurus. So this would be a decision. You know how to also perceive something. You know how the information is going to go. All right, so you got sexuality, yeah, superstition, and in order. So I feel like too, you're going to make sure that something is organized, or you're going to make sure that something is very planned and structured. Okay, that fight was next. All right, so let's see. Let's get 8 cards for you. All right, so if you're wondering, you're good. You're going to, I feel like your main thing is to make sure that everything is organized, everything is planned, in sync. All right, so let's get 8 cards. Let's see. You started school for criminal justice. I used to want to be a forensic scientist. I think this is why I do stuff like this. All right, so here's the Hermit. I don't know if you guys are dealing with an Aquarius. An Aquarius came out as that today, but there could be a Virgo as well. But the Hermit, also, you are knowledge, okay? So you could be coming out as the Hermit. You've experienced something before, okay? All right, we got the Devil card, the Ace of Swords. Yeah, the Ten of Pentacles. This does have to deal with an Aquarius. Okay, these are the same cards, but anywho. All right, so if we're talking about you, I'm going to center it on you. Yeah, the Hermit, the Devil card, Ace of Swords, and the Ten of Pentacles. I feel like there is a new perspective on business. All right, there's also a new perspective on long-term resources. I feel like right now, if you're in knowledge, you're in this position currently, and I feel like you're thinking more long-term with the Devil card. That's Capricorn. I'm also getting to, because this is Saturn ruled, I feel like you're thinking about like contracts, all right, anything like legal. You're thinking more in the future. You want to make sure that something is sustainable. I'm also getting to, I feel like there's a million ways I'm about to read this. Hold on, y'all. 8 of Wands. You got the Death card, 6 of Pentacles, and then the King of Wands. Yeah, so we know there's something where a Scorpio does want to receive something. I mentioned all the information that I was talking about Scorpio earlier. All right, so I feel like there's going to be a new perspective on merging together. Scorpio rules merging of resources. So a Scorpio is trying to receive debts. They may try to receive something from you. All right, I'm going to show you this. Somebody is trying to receive money or anything like that. I'm also getting to, if you are concerned about where to put your money into, you are going to pay more attention to that. I'm also seeing, I see a whole lot of energies right now, y'all. So I'm also seeing too, because your energy is sexuality, superstition, and order, you want to make sure that something is organized. You're going to have a new perspective on a business that you've been either working for or patronizing, because this business here with the Ten of Pentacles, I feel like it doesn't appear to be very helpful or suitable, or it's not as popular, but it is. I'm also getting to, there is a situation where, because I'm seeing a lot about money, there's a situation where you assume that the more expensive option is automatically better. You're going to learn that there is more value in a cheaper option. All right, so it just depends on what you guys are looking for, what you're doing. All right, so we're going to clarify this as well. You are knowledge. All right, so we're going to assume this is you here because that's like confidence, truth, things like that. All right, what else? Let's see what else you're going to do with this information. What else are you going to do with this information with sexuality here? Okay, the Fool. You may start something new. All right, let's see what else you're going to do that's new. So like we said, you already have, and this could also be like, okay, I already know how to do this. Let me learn something new. Or I already know how to do this. Let me implement it and do something new. All right, so again, like I said, do not question yourself. You know what you're doing. All right, what else are you going to start that's new here? There we go. Ace of Pentacles, a new opportunity, or you're going to keep something professional. There's a Lovers. I just pulled it. All right. You may be dealing actually with a Gemini. All right. There's the Sun. There's the Ten of Wands. Let me get one more. And then the Knight of Cups. All right. Looks like the Three of Wands is here. All right, but yeah, you have a new opportunity. You know that you're going to go ahead and do something all the way through to the end. You're going to have to finish something and complete it. I feel like, too, something needs to be fully complete before you present it to other people. All right, so let me clarify a few of these cards. Excuse me. Okay, so what are we going to have a new perspective on here with the Ace of Swords? It's like you're going to have new clarity because you are realizing something. Oh, on mystery. It could be a Scorpio. They come out as mystery. They are secrets. So I feel like a new perspective on secrets. This could be gatekeeping something that you know. All right. What might be hidden here? Oh, okay. A trapped mindset, controls, resisting, dominance again, and passion. So there's something where somebody cannot control themselves. There's a trapped mindset. That's the, okay. Somebody literally cannot control impulses. We're going to figure out what else that is too. It's a trap mindset. That is what stops somebody from being able to control their impulses. Okay, so I'm assuming you're going to be dealing with that energy or that person. Okay, who is that? What? Personality, innovation, and humor. So somebody's like a manipulator. They put on a false, it looks like somebody may put on a false identity, but that's interesting. Let's see. So who can control impulses? What? What does that have to, that guy took a turn. Yeah, humor. We're gonna figure that out. There's a Seven of Swords. Okay. That's odd. All right. So you have the Ten of Pentacles, the Ten of Cups. So I feel like there's two different like communities of people or two different groups of people here. What's going to be your new perspective on mystery? Okay, voice, defense, and resilience. So something may not be a secret. Maybe you think it's a secret. Let's see. Let's see. What is your old perspective on mystery here? How did you used to view this? Oh, so this must be, okay, so this is the Aquarius then. Okay, so you may think that an Aquarius doesn't know something, but they do, or they can see it. That could be why Gemini is your advice. Let me explain why. Gemini came out in the Aquarius reading as being able to see the truth about Aquarius. You have knowledge, you have wisdom. Your energy is supposed to be Gemini. Maybe you're supposed to view something the same way as a Gemini does. Okay, how are you going to view this after with voice? The Nine of Cups. Maybe they think it's funny. Maybe they don't care, or okay, I'm not quite sure. That did take a turn. I know I have knowledge. It said Sag, but that's odd. Okay, let's see what else. So you have Gemini, superstition, and order. So we're going to clarify what else you need to do with the information that you have. Let's see. What else are you going to do with the info that you have, Sagittarius? Okay, you got the Nine of Wands. There's a Temperance. There you go. And then the Knight of Swords. Let me get one more. Oh, okay, judgment. All right. I feel like you're just going to say what needs to be said. I don't think there's anything like so. I'm going to show you this, right? If you have knowledge, you know how to look through something, you have knowledge of potential, you can actually look at evidence or look at something and observe it and do what you need to do with that information. All right. I feel like too there could be a scenario where you might see something that you don't like or something that may not work for you. You're like, okay, I have to go do this then. This I have better information or I have better experience doing this. I'm going to be able to do this for myself. I feel like you're going to study something very clearly. Okay, this does have something to do with the Leo reading that I just gave as well. So it could be like me giving Leo readings or you're giving advice to a Leo or um that's interesting. Let's see what else. Like that's literally the Leo read. I don't know how I can apply that to Sagittariuses that don't read, but like if you gave advice to a Leo, if you told like even if you're able to see potential in something, right? You know potentially that this thing will grow in an infinite way, right? The strength card is 8. So 8 is infinity. It's something that continuously grows. So you'll be able to see this and no, okay, bet. This is what's going to happen. This is how it's going to go. It's not going to change. This is how it's going to continue to be. So you can kind of gauge that there. I feel like too, there may be a challenge to what you know. So don't be challenged there, or you may try to change your mind within yourself or question yourself. What may let's that's what I need to ask. What might have you questioning yourself, Sagittarius? Healing, respect. It's an Aquarius. Yeah, truth. It's an Aquarius, or it is a. If you don't know an Aquarius, you're not dealing with an Aquarius. It could be, might be a Taurus. I feel like too, if you're like, maybe you feel like you need to heal something about yourself. Like maybe you feel like there's something wrong or something like that. There's nothing wrong. You're able to see something very clearly, or you have a lot of experience with something. Sometimes you know what I'm gonna equate this to too. Like sometimes, and this is just a personal example. I know everybody's not gonna be in the same position, right? So for me, there are some questions that when people ask them in tarot readings, I don't need tarot cards. I've already experienced it, or I've already seen it a million times, or it's like I've already dealt with that. I've already been through that. So that's just an example. Like something is something that you have learned, experienced, grew through, things like that. But what might have you questioning yourself? Okay, you've got the Ace of Cups, the Five of Wands again, and then the Moon. All right, so this could be like conflict, external conflict, things like that. Maybe you're just conflicted about what's going on. Um, Yeah, I feel like that has some. It might be something to do with the Aquarius there. You feel like something is hidden as well. Like if you don't have proof that something, because remember, it's about mystery. That was the center of it, like a new perspective on mystery. You may feel like, okay, just because I have experience, maybe this new thing is different. But I feel like there's going to be a scenario where you realize something is the same every time or something applies each time. I'm also getting to if you're worried about the unknown, right? If you're like, okay, I need to make a decision and you don't know what to do, think back to other things like about yourself, right? Like me, when I told this story earlier. I like to give examples, guys, because you never know what, how it's interpreted. But for me, right, I know that I'm always going to make a mistake in something. I'm always going to miss something. And I know that I have to sleep on something, come back and look at it again with fresh eyes. So I know that. I know that about myself, so that's how I'm going to move. I'm going to be like, okay, let me be more detail oriented. You may naturally just have a detail oriented spirit where you're looking through something. You're like, okay, bet I know that that's going to go here. I know that that works like this. Like, say there was a Sag that's good at interior design or something like that. You're like, no, that's going to be too cluttered. I can already see that couch is going to be too big for that corner. So it's things like that where you've already kind of experienced it, even if it hasn't materialized yet, or even if you haven't made a decision and seen the outcome. All right, so that's your reading, Sagittarius. Do not question yourself today or tomorrow. It will be something that might challenge you or kind of make you have a second thought there. All right, so let's see. That was Sagittarius. We're going to do Virgo next. Virgo came out here. Also, really quick, the main signs that came out were Virgo, Capricorn, and Scorpio. All right, so if you're dealing with any of those signs. Oh, that just starts. So Sagittarius started at 54 minutes. If you got to go back and watch that, start at 54 minutes. If you're up on TikTok and Kick and Twitch, this is on my YouTube. It's time stamped, and my YouTube is the same username. It is EeshUrHeartOut. All right, Virgos. See Virgo. We're gonna be on here for a while today. I do gotta get some stuff for school. We gotta do hair and get some school shirts. All right, let's see. They go back to school early down here. But they get good breaks, though. All right, Virgos. Let's see. Shout out to Arkansas. Oh, they go back early in Arkansas. Yeah, I'm in Texas. I'm from Maryland, so typically we didn't go to school until like September. But they going back to school tomorrow. I was like, damn. All right, let's see. I blinked and the summer was over. All right, what is the scenario for my Virgos? What's the... Ooh, that flew out. What's the center of the reading for the Virgos here? Okay, emotions. All right, so emotions can be triggered. All right, whenever we pull this card, we don't want to make an emotional decision. Remember that emotions are temporary. So try to, calm down and things like that. All right, what emotions are we feeling really quick? I don't know if this is you. It could be somebody around you. But what emotions are being felt? Okay, self-esteem. Somebody could feel offended, upset. That came out in the Cancer reading too. What is bothering somebody? What is triggering somebody? Okay, we've got love and versatility. Somebody may have to do something out of love for a woman, their mother. I'm getting motherhood as well. Okay. What role do you play here, Virgos? Let's see. What role do you play here? Okay, intuition. You're following your intuition. Or this could be you. But what is your instincts telling you, Virgo? You instinctually know something. So when we get instinct, that means that you may not be able to see it, but you can feel it, or you have a gut feeling about it. What is your intuition telling you to do? You got power, resistance, and respect. Yeah, literally what I said about the Aquarius reading. Now, Virgo, your card has been coming out in the Aquarius reading, so they could be talking to you, dealing with you. But we talked about Aquarius needing to, they have respect for somebody, or they're following some sort of rules or regulations, but they actually need to defend something or block something out. All right, but we will clarify what else this is. So let's see who's triggered really quick. Let's get to that part. So who's emotionally triggered here or offended? Wow, this is coming out a lot. So this could be you. It could be the Sag. They learned that like they may not realize that they know something, or somebody may trigger the information that they know or make them question themselves. But this could be you, Virgo. This is your card. All right, so this is your reading, so we're going to focus it on you. Let's see. What might be bothering you? Ooh. The Ten of Pentacles. All right, so it could be a group of people here. This could be about finances or people that you work with, but this could be all Or the 10 of wands, the 10 of pentacles, the 5 of wands, and then the star. You may feel like an Aquarius is ignoring something. They're like looking above something and they're not paying attention to it. All right. If you don't know an Aquarius, this is groups of people. Like you're bothered by some sort of societal standard here. You're like, that's not really fair. I don't really fit that standard. Or I feel like too, there's a situation where like why you're in your mind, you're like, why do we all have to get along? Or why are we all under this ruling? Or why are we all following this rule? It's an entire group of people that are brought together under the same ruling, but they're all different. So this could be a scenario like, and I'm just going to give it an example, right? Like, say, like when you go to school, right? You don't necessarily get along with everybody at school. You're not going to like everybody at school. Y'all just have to go to that school because you just happen to live there, right? So that's a restriction. That is something that brings all of you together, but there's still conflicting energy, right? This can also be like maybe it's a family and there's like a family tradition, but we know we all don't get along. But oh, it's so and so's birthday. We got to come together for the birthday or something like that. But we know that there's craziness afoot, or like, or like there's conflict afoot or something like that. So I feel like because the scenario is love and versatility. So of course there is an energy where we're doing things out of love for people, or we have to make sure certain people feel better than others, or make sure that other people feel good. Let's see what else love is here with love and versatility. Yeah, we got the 10 of wands, the sun. Yeah, the death card. They're going to have something to do with a Leo or a Scorpio here. 8 of pentacles and then the Knight of cups. It looks like somebody, it looks like a Scorpio is repetitively approaching something that is over. Somebody is keeping something going, but it's over. What is supposed to end here? We're like keeping it going, or we're keeping this tradition up, or something's repetitive, but it's supposed to be over. What are we doing here? Or what is supposed to be over with or ended? It's like somebody keeps coming back, or something keeps coming back. We've got the 2 of swords. What is supposed to be the new action or new phase? And then we're going to get what your energy, what you know here. Yeah, the 6 of swords. I feel like literally I'm getting like somebody is not saying anything they should, or because this definitely has something to do with large groups of people. So either we are not leading the people to a new state or a new situation, not physically a new state, but like we're not leading the people to a new mindset, or we're not leading the people to do something different. People are just not saying anything, or they're not making any decisions. All right. All right, so let's see. What else do you know here with instinct, power, resistance, and respect? Thank you for the gift. All right, so you got the Page of Swords. You're noticing it. 10 of Swords, a 5 of Swords. 7 of Cups, a 3 of Swords. Yeah, emotion. Something is really, it's mentally taxing. There's too much. Okay, so what else are we observing? Again, also, these are all swords and water. There is nothing tangible, or there is nothing physical that you can use to prove this. All right, so it's nothing you can like, there's no evidence of something. It's no proof. What else are you observing here? So it's like, even if you wanted to tell somebody about this, or tell somebody that's bothering you, it's like you can't, I guess, justify it or prove it. But what else are you observing here? Yeah, the Wheel of Fortune. You know that something is going to be repetitive. All right, you remember this happening. Yeah, there's the Emperor. All right, you may have watched the Aquarius reading that I did. Maybe you have Aquarius placements, or you know an Aquarius, so apply that how you see fit. But yeah, you're observing it. I feel like too, you may witness like somebody picks and chooses which times they're going to be defensive, or somebody picks and chooses which times they're going to be in the Emperor energy. All right, so let's see what else you should be in here, Virgos. What other energy should you be in? Yeah, so you have rebellion. What do people normally do in this state? So if somebody is like following, they're too dogmatic or they're following the rules too closely. It's like, no, this is not the time to do this, or this may not be the time to follow this tradition. It looks like it's causing a lot of chaos or something. But all right, so what is the norm here in your scenario? All right, innovation, making something work possibly. What are you going to do that is different? Okay, hustle. So this could be like you may not try to make something work. You may just try to put money into it. Yeah, rebellion. I feel like in this case, money may allow you to do something different. Let's see what else. It may allow you like a loophole if we're talking about rules and regulations. What do people typically do with innovation here? The Ten of Cups. That did come out in the Sagittarius. That makes sense. All right, so I feel like typically people in this scenario, because this is definitely about groups of people. Because remember, this is what we don't like. We don't like that we're trying to get everybody together. Somebody may try to make things work or make something look like it's happy or make something look like it's positive. And remember, what you're going to do instead is hustle. So you're going to take like that out of it. You're going to make something realistic. But let's see what else you're going to do in rebellion. Maybe people try to fit in, things like that. Yeah, the Knight of Pentacles. So you're going to go on your own way. Or that's your advice at least. You know, everybody got free will. Yeah, you got the Knight of Pentacles, the Queen of Pentacles. There's a Six of Wands. You may literally have to pay for something just for it to be successful. All right. Or for it to work out. Okay. That is Virgo. Pisces is next, y'all. Pisces is next. I asked this yesterday, but that Ava Griffin message, she's saying, anyone need help with rent? If so, message me. How does that work? Like, do y'all hack people's cash apps or something? Like, what is the scam? I'm interested in knowing what y'all do when the person, like, how does that go? All right, Pisces is next because I don't really get it. I mean, like, how are you offering that? Okay, let's see, because you know it's a scam behind it. Oh, also really quick, I gotta give the TikTok disclaimer. TikTokers, do not get scammed, okay? Don't get scammed. When I had my last page, there were like a lot of fake pages of me. They will DM you. I will never DM you for readings. I will never DM you saying that I'm going to do spell work for you, on you, anything like that. That is not me. Do not answer any DMs with my likeness. It's not me. Okay, the only way you can get a reading is booking it in the store. All right, it's not me. You said you got a couple fake pages too. It hasn't started just yet, but the last TikTok that I had, literally, it was 20 pages, and I had to take a picture of me holding my ID to get it taken down. So please, I'm telling you, it is not me. They scammed somebody and they told this girl that I was going to do witchcraft on her and kill her and all this other crazy shit. Don't fall for it. That's not me. I'm not doing that. You said the feds. You said, have you heard of the people that are tricking the elderly out of property deeds? I can definitely believe that. I remember when my grandfather was older, people was always trying to get him. They was always trying to get his bread. Yeah, they will. But there's a movie. What's that movie? It's a movie about that. I forget what it was called. A lady was doing that to older people. It was a good movie though. Yeah, I only do any manifestation work that I do is for me. I don't have time to be doing anything for anybody else. I'm not doing that. All right, Pisces, let's see. Let me change y'all timestamp. What's the center to reading for the Pisces here? Center to reading for the Pisces. Okay, transition. So this is either like literally physically moving, relocating, but this can be about going from one mental state to the next, or like changing our actions, things like that. So it could be a Scorpio, they rule transition, or a Cancer. All right, so what is the starting point here? Who is this Pisces? Starting point. Okay, we got fight. All right, so some sort of conflict, maybe competition, and it could be internally or externally. All right, transitioning to what? So we got fight, transition. Okay, to luck. Okay, so something we cannot, I feel like something can't be fought against anymore, or somebody's just going to stop fighting against something and allow it to occur. What is it time for it to occur here? Something could be like out of somebody's control, even though they're trying to fight it. All right, what is destined to occur? What's out of somebody's control right now? Okay, we've got passion, vision, and truth. Okay. So there could be a desire for somebody to see what's going on, or somebody is not going to, if this is a person and they're just and you're internally distracted or internally conflicted, you will end up being in a scenario where eventually you're able to see what you want to focus on or see what you desire, or you're going to very much focus on what you already know you desire. Now, but let's remember, we're in a transitional phase. So the fight, the conflict, or whatever, this is not over just yet. Okay, so what other is your current energy? Thanks, Empress. I'm glad it resonated. All right, what else is your current energy here, Pisces? Okay, guidance. So you're listening to something. You're okay. So I don't know if you're in fight or not. I don't think that's you. So let's see. Who are you listening to, or who are you guided by, or what? Okay, now finesse. So what I will say is Leo came out as finesse today. Okay, so Leo came out as finesse. Their intention was to lead, but it did not work. All right, so they did want to lead you to do something. So if it's not too late, if you come in contact with a Leo today, if they are trying to lead you to do something, I don't believe it's going to be a good outcome, or I don't believe they're going to give you good advice. But let's see, what is this person leading you to do here? Okay, you've got style, so they may be leading you to work with a Cancer, be around a Cancer, or they're leading you to do something on your own. Let's see. It says style, healing, resistance, and emotions. That's interesting. So I'm also getting two. Now, this could be on if I want to say in a positive way, they may have got, well, no, because finesse means they didn't get away with it, I feel like. We'll clarify. Somebody may be trying to get you to do something that they did, but I don't feel like it worked. What is finesse? What is their intended outcome? We're going to see what you should be in. Oh, humor. Okay. Somebody's trying to be funny or joking or laughing. Okay. What's actually occurring with finesse? Okay. Versatility, self-esteem. Somebody's trying to be funny. It's going to be offensive to women, or it's going to be offensive to mothers. Somebody's trying to be funny or romantic or nice, but it's going to come off offensive. All right. What energy should you be in, Pisces? You should be in leadership. Okay. Yeah, you're in guidance right now. So if there is a person outside, like, okay, if you are following like a Leo, you shouldn't. You're supposed to be the leader, or whoever you're following or listening to, you're supposed to lead. You're supposed to initiate something. All right. Yeah, I feel like this is why this is coming out. You got fight, transition, and luck. So I feel like you're in a phase where you're going to realize that you should be doing this. All right, so let's see. What should you be doing, leading in, initiating? So you should not be following after this individual here. You've got pride, knowledge, and emotion. So there may be something also when it comes to emotions, because the whole center of this, right? Somebody is guiding you to be style. Cancer is emotions. They're trying to get you to laugh or joke around. I feel like, too, somebody does not want you to be very professional, if that's the setting that you're worried about. Somebody wants something to be friendly or something like that. Okay, so let's see. Yeah, there you go in the Three of Cups. Even if you're not listening to somebody, you could just be like, maybe even fitting in. These can be friends, siblings, cousins, whatever. It could be things like that too. All right, so let's see. Let's get cards for the Pisces. Thank you, Kathy. Don't text them. I don't need no cards for that one. He said, should you text him tonight or should you wait for him to text? No, don't text him. Really, it don't matter, honestly. I be texting people. I don't care. It's not that big a deal. All right, so you got the Six of Cups, the Justice, the Eight of Swords, the Hangman, okay, the Wheel of Fortune, the Hermit, the Seven of Pentacles, and then the Three of Wands. So the Hermit's coming out in a lot of readings, a lot of Virgo energy, knowledge, wisdom. But in either case, like we said, somebody is transitioning to luck. So whatever is like destined to occur, that is what's going on. I'm not gonna lie to you, something does. I don't know if you guys are dealing with anything court wise. I gotta give all the scenarios that I see, but if there's anything dealing with jail time, somebody may deal with jail time for a long time. There's something with jail involved, or if it's not jail, somebody is dealing with the repercussions of their actions for a long time. All right, but I feel like that's outside of you. That could be something that you're witnessing, or that could be somebody that you are dealing with. Somebody has to deal with something for a very long time. That's why fight is here. So somebody's been going against what it was time to occur, or what it was time to do here. All right, I'm also seeing too, we're going to see the cause and effect of being generous, kind, and have emotions involved, right? Because we got the Six of Cups here. That is what started it. All right, that is what initiates this. Thank you, Empress. Oh, the kick and twitch people. I'm sorry. I be forgetting about y'all. But it starts with somebody trying to be kind, nice, generous, caring. They're trying to be funny. They're trying to make you laugh. But something just comes off offensive. That's why it's not going to work. Really quick, the signs that are around you are Libra and Virgo. You can be dealing with those signs. All right, so let's see what else. What else are you doing in guidance here, Pisces? I see you here with the Hangman. You are going to have a new perspective. I feel like, too, you're going to have a new perspective on how to use your own time wisely. You may be learning also maybe from a Libra. It just depends. I'm just saying that because they're coming out. You may be learning or getting something from a Libra here. All right, so let's see. What would you be doing in leadership, Pisces? Let's see what that would look like for you personally. Okay, yeah, Judgment. I feel like you would be making the decisions. You would be making the call. This is a major deal too. You would be making the decisions, whether this is at work or your own business or anything like that. You would be doing that. Okay, you got the Magician. What else are you currently doing in guidance really quick? And we're going to figure out who you're like listening to. Okay, so right now you feel a little regret. Okay, let's clarify. You may even be listening to somebody or working with somebody out of guilt. What might you regret? It's like, because remember, you have like a compassion with somebody, right? You're like, okay, I want this to be my friend, or, I want to be nice to them. I want to listen to them. I feel like something that you're listening to also with finesse, it just has you in a bad state because the intention is for you to like be laughing or be happy about it, but you're not. The outcome of what you've been listening to or the outcome of what somebody's been guiding you to do has led to a regret or a loss. Because what has somebody been telling you to do here? Yes, something all leads to emotions. All right, something all is based in emotions. That is what's going on here. Okay. So try your best, especially if you're a Pisces and you have kids around. I will go ahead and try to, like, it's easier said than done, especially if you are emotional or you feel regret. You're going to have to try your best to pick yourself up out of a scenario. Something is not over. It does not mean that you cannot fix something. But I don't see you being in an energy where you can't really, like, lead too much. I don't, Let's see. So what will you be leading people to do here, Pisces? I want to try to see where you got that from with finesse too. Yeah, there's Eight of Wands. You could be teaching somebody something. You may have a really good scenario on how something will go, or it'll be very easy for you. All right, so let's see what else. I just saw literally you in the Cancer energy. If you are giving something to somebody, paying somebody, that was not a good idea. All right, who was leading you to do this? The Ten of Pentacles? Maybe it's a group of people. Okay. That's interesting. I'm going to meditate on that because that's why Sag pulled that. So it's a group of people. Maybe it's your family. This could be family tradition for you as well. Okay. Finesse and humor. So I feel like there's a group of people that try to look like they all get along. That's interesting. This could be the people that you work with, work for, family members. All right, you could be following after a family tradition and it just has you in a bad state and you're like, I don't want to do that anymore. All right, Pisces, that is your reading. Capricorn is next, y'all. Hey there, welcome. Going to timestamp it from a Capricorn. Shout out to y'all on Kick and Twitch. Make sure y'all subscribe to me. I need to... Can I type on a story if I'm on? Let me see. No. I need to tell them I'm not going live on Instagram at all, actually. Okay. Capricorn is next, y'all. Oh, also, I always forget to tell y'all, you definitely can do, when you do personal questions, we do still do the $5 Cash App questions. I used to do those back when I was on here before, but I always forget to say it. But you guys can definitely do that. That is an option. All right, so let's see, Capricorn. We just do it in between the zodiac signs. All right, what is the center of the reading for my Capricorn placements here? Okay, truth. All right, so we can see the truth here in your reading as well. What do we see the truth about, Capricorns? Okay, potential. So Sagittarius had knowledge of potential. All right, so we can see the truth about what something can grow into. I'm also getting to, we're able to read between the lines on something here. We can see between the lines, or we can see beneath something. But we see the truth about what something has a potential to become. All right, so let's see. What does this have the potential to become here? Let's see. What does this have the potential to become? Okay, rebellion. So that was Virgo's advice. Also, I kind of look at this as Capricorn's energy as well. So this could be you, Capricorn. But literally know that we're going to see that we're able to grow into something and change the rules a little bit or find a loophole. You are able to find a loophole. Okay, we got rebellion, fight, self-esteem, and defiance. All right, that might get a little tricky. Let's see. All right, so what's your what is your current energy here? Ooh, I'm hungry, y'all. All right, so you're determined. You're very focused. Okay, what are you determined to have or focused on here, Capricorns? Okay, you got resistance and peace. Okay, so you don't want somebody to just let something go unnoticed. All right, you're like, no, don't just let that go unnoticed. All right, what other energy should you be in? Also, you're like, yeah, I don't want to rest. You're like, I don't want to go to sleep. I don't want to rest. I don't want to sit around. All right, so you may want to be very active lately. Maybe you notice you have a lot of creativity, or you want to go to the gym, or you have all these goals and things that you want to do and things like that. All right, so what other energy should you be in, Capricorns? Let's see. What other energy should the Capricorns be in here? Okay, you've got mood. There may be something that you either need to ignore, or there may be something you need to admit that you do not like. Because remember, you're very focused. You may need to ignore something. All right, but what might you not like here? Or you need to admit you don't like something. You got mystery. Yeah. Okay, so Yeah, finesse and style. This has something to do with that Pisces reading. If you know a Pisces, you may know something about that, like why, like somebody is getting that Pisces to follow some sort of like rules or regulations, like they're tricking that Pisces. You don't like that. Yeah, humor. Somebody's like lying about, so this is why you're in mood. You're like, yeah, that's not actually going to lead to anything. That's not going to lead to something being happy or funny. Like that's not funny, or that's not happy. That's not going to be a happy ending. Yeah, defense and passion. Something actually blocks out somebody actually doing something that they enjoy. Okay. All right, we're going to break this down. First of all, I'm going to start with you, Capricorn, and see what you should do with mood here. you say you don't like your back fat. I need to go back to the gym, but I've been like creating so much stuff. I was doing that deck, and then now I done started the damn ebook for the astrology stuff. So now I'm like, I need to find the time. All right, so what are you doing in mood here? Or what should you do in mood? First of all, let me slow down, Capricorns, because right now you're tenacity. So what are you currently doing? And we want to kind of compare and shift to what you should do. So what are you currently doing here? Why is this? The Hermit has come out in almost every reading. Wow, okay. You could have Virgo placements. Interesting. The Hermit. Okay. All right. What should you do in mood? Let's compare. So you could be very focused on something or looking at something, but if you're at the the Nine of Wands, it's like you're watching something, but you need to admit that you do not like something, and it could have something to do with that Pisces being led to do something that they should not do. What are you watching or observing that might annoy you or bother you? Okay, the Seven of Pentacles. This could have something to do with how much time, energy, and effort is invested into something. What are we putting time into? Yeah, the Ten of Pentacles. It's the same, like this is similar energy. It keeps coming out. So this group, it's like a group of people tricking everybody. Okay. Yeah. It's like, don't you notice what that person is doing behind the scenes? Or like there's a hidden, oh my goodness, what is this about? There's like a hidden group of people, or there's, maybe this is like family secrets. I didn't even, well, did I pull mystery? I did. I did. Okay. What is this group of people trying to do? Who is this? Is it family members or something, or people that you work with? Let's see. So what is their intention here? What are they trying to get out of whatever they're hiding? But I feel like it's starting to show. Something is definitely starting to show. It's definitely starting to be like, it's very obvious. It's not that hidden. Because in the Pisces reading, it's like they're following after finesse. So that's something that's kind of obvious. It could be the Leo involved. Because they did come out as finesse, unfortunately. But so what's hidden with the Ten of Pentacles? What's going on behind the scenes? The King of Swords. Okay. It could be one person behind something else. Yeah, that's what I'm getting. There's the Hangman. There's the Pisces. Something is supposed to like stop somebody from being inspired to do what they want to do, or something is supposed to stop somebody from thinking. Literally, don't think for yourself. Okay, maybe there could be something you're watching and you don't realize that has an effect on you as well. All right, I feel like you're supposed to ignore something or not pay attention. So what is the intended outcome here? Let's see, what's the intended outcome? Oh, the Nine of Swords. Yeah, that's okay. So something's supposed to make people worried. Something's supposed to make people overthink and be anxious. So I feel like this is why you're coming out as this, right? So if you're the hermit right now, this is what you came out as. You have already witnessed something. You've already experienced it. You've been through this already. Or it's kind of like you can kind of see it even if other people don't. Or you've been through a scenario similar to this before. So the point is to make you feel like anxious or like, now remember what I said in the Pisces reading. Somebody is trying to lead somebody or trying to be funny, but it comes off offensive. So I feel like you're going to be one of the people that gets offended. You're going to be one of the people that gets bothered. Like that's not funny, or like that's dumb, or what are we supposed to be? What is somebody supposed to be worried about or afraid of? And it's a whole group of people. I don't know what this is. What is somebody supposed to be worried about or stressed or nervous about? Oh, working. Oh, well, that makes sense. If this is a business that you work for, maybe these are like the people in charge and they want you to be afraid. Like, am I doing a good job? Maybe it's review time. Supposed to be like nervous about working. It could have it definitely can have something to do with Aquarius. Maybe somebody's supposed to worry about whether or not they're going to fit into this group of people, whether or not they're going to be like real prestigious, or if they're going to get an opportunity. Somebody's supposed to be worried about this. I feel like too, maybe they're supposed to be worried about an Aquarius, literally. Like people are supposed to be afraid to work for them, work with them. Why? What would be the result? Like, what are they supposed to be nervous about? Or maybe something's supposed to be where you're constantly thinking about work. So that could be why you're like in determination, resistance, and peace. You're like, no, I can't. I can't sleep. I gotta do this. I gotta do that. I gotta work on this. So pace yourself. Like you don't want to rush something, or naturally people need sleep. You can die from sleep deprivation, stuff like that. So don't make yourself feel like that. You want to find a good balance between something. But what are we supposed to worry about when it comes to working or building something? Okay, you've got the Six of Swords. There you go in the mood. I feel like your energy is more like you're supposed to ignore something or not worry about it. I feel like you're supposed to be worried about whether or not, like, while you're working, are these people watching you? Are they paying attention to your work? It's like you're supposed to feel like constantly like, oh my gosh, they're watching. The managers are watching. The supervisors are watching. All this other stuff. Like, oh my gosh. So I feel like that's the energy that's going on here. Okay. Okay, so that's your reading. So let's just clarify and then we'll get the outcome. Hi there, Pixel World. What other energy are you supposed to be in? Capricorns. Yeah, there's guidance, power, and knowledge and guidance again. So Sag came out as knowledge. I think Aquarius had the energy to be power, even if they're not doing it. But literally, power, knowledge, and guidance. So people are able to listen here. It's all good. Yeah, there's that Aquarius, Gemini energy. All right, what's the outcome here for you, Capricorns? All right, you got Angel. Could be dealing with a Sagittarius. You may have Sag placements. Angel, personality, finesse, and respect. So, yeah, I already told y'all that Leo's energy was not going to work. It could be, so you got respect and ambition. Yeah, I already said that combination is not going to work here. What's the outcome here? I feel like could be a Leo involved with the finesse. They just came out as that. Yeah, you got 5 of Pentacles. There's a Wheel of Fortune and 3 of Pentacles. All right, so there's finding out information here. 2 of Wands, 6 of Wands. I feel like you're gonna figure out, well, this could be Sag because they had knowledge come out. But this could be an energy where you're gonna find out how to make something successful here. I feel like too, there is going to be an opportunity or time. All right, so you're going to find out information. You're going to make the right decision. Ooh, that's upside down. I feel like, too, you're going to know how to save money here. You're going to know what to hold on to until it is successful. So you are going to find out information on how to do this. If there's a group of people, maybe there's like, you know how they talk about like, I don't know, people with a lot of money and, oh, you should worry about work. I feel like something that I've noticed, and I feel like for me, what I notice is the things that I'm most successful at is something that I just build up consistently. If you just stick to the same thing that you're building up on or the same thing that you're working on, it may take a while, but I feel like those are the things that are most consistent. Okay, Gemini is next. So far we did Leo, Cancer, Aquarius, Sag, Virgo, Pisces, Capricorn. We're doing Gemini, Libra, Scorpio, Taurus, and Aries. If you are on TikTok, Twitch, and Kick, we are up on YouTube. This will be time stamped. All right. If you guys are ever asking questions, I am not ignoring y'all. I just saw the questions on TikTok. I just be looking at the cards. These are collected there by zodiac sign. The reason that we go in a different order is because it is first come, first serve with these signs, okay? If you guys ever have personal questions while you catch me live, you can do the $5 Cash App questions, and we do them in between the signs. So just to throw that out there. And then y'all know where to get the readings from. And y'all know where to get the deck from. Y'all can get my deck, and my Oracle deck is on the way. All right, so let's see, Gemini. I'm actually really pressed to try out the Oracle deck because I really thought about like every answer possible. I was like, what are all the readings I've done all over the years, and what have people wanted to know? And I tried to put, I will say, people that want love readings, it's a little less lovey because I think that becomes a little bit of a distraction. So I tried to reword some of the things that have to do with love and stuff like that. All right, so let's see, Gemini. Hi there, welcome, Marvin. All right, what's the center of the reading for my Gemini? Let's get a little better shuffle too. Now, Gemini, you did come out in the Aquarius reading. All right, so what is the center of the reading for the Geminis here? All right, voice, talking. All right, who's talking in this scenario here, Geminis? Who's talking in this scenario? Okay, versatility. Looks like there is an important woman who's talking. Even if it's a man, I guess it's their feminine side, but it is a woman talking. She's a mother or she's a wife. This could be your mother. I feel like this woman, too, if she's coming out as versatility, she has a lot of experience. She has created something and things like that. Okay, so what's being discussed here? What are we saying? Could be a pregnant woman, but what's being discussed? Okay, mood. So I told Capricorn that was their energy, but this woman is saying, yeah, I don't like this. I wish we did not do this. I feel like somebody's like, yeah, I wish we did not do this. Yeah, mood, fluidity, defense, and finesse. I'm also getting to, they're talking about, hey, like if you're leading with emotion, that's going to block out your plan. That's why something's not working. It's about emotions. All right, we're going to figure out what that is too. But what role do you play here, Geminis, for yourself? Okay, so you're coming out as skilled today. This is a Libra energy. All right, so within yourself, you are, you literally have a skill set that you're employing. I feel like, too, you're being very logical. You're thinking about the cause and effect here of a scenario. Or you are coming out very, like, diplomatic. All right. What other energy should you be in, Geminis? Okay, change. All right, now this could be Libra to Scorpio, but we're going to clarify. So you should change something. What's the current situation? And then we're going to see what else you should change it into. You got dominance. What do you need to change this into here for yourself? You're dominating something. Oh, damn, change again. Okay, voice. And then connectivity. What are you trying to control here? What are you trying to dominate? Oh, knowledge. You could be trying to control a Sagittarius. They came out as knowledge today. knowledge, fluidity, and luck. All right, so it could be a Sagittarius. That is your opposite sign. Like I said, they came out as knowledge. This could be a scenario where if you're, I mean, maybe you don't want to listen to a woman, and that is very gender neutral. Ladies, do not listen to other women either. Okay? I'm calling y'all out too today, ladies. That is women's downfall, actually. Women do not listen to other women. They don't listen to women who are older than them. They don't listen to women who went through things. They don't listen to other women. So this could be what this is. It could be like a woman is talking and you just don't, you're not listening. All right, so you may want to control something. Let's see what you're doing in dominance really quick, because that is what you may need to change. But if it's not a Sag, I feel like the versatility voice, this person is mature. The Empress is typically, they're more sure of themselves, or, you know, things like that. All right, but let's see. What are you doing right now in skill, Geminis? Let's see. Why is this coming out? Y'all see how many times I shuffled and pulled this? So a Virgo, where's the Virgo? It's a Virgo just watching all these readers or something. Somebody just watching. Okay. What? Okay, here we go, Gemini. I see you here. Okay. You could be with a Virgo. All right. What are you currently doing in dominance? This is Gemini. You said you are? Okay. Let's see. So, what are you doing in dominance? That's a lot. That came out like 50 times. All right. What are you doing in dominance, Gemini? Okay. So, you're the Two of Pentacles. You are trying to switch something. You do have control over something for right now. It's like you're trying to switch two things, or you're trying to switch how something goes. Okay, what's this? Hold on, that was too many. Well, wait, hold on, y'all. These are new. They're a little, hold on, they're a little slippery. Okay, so what is this right here? And what's that? Okay, so these are people. We remember in the Leo reading that they were trying to lead, but it was not working. We're pulling the Strength card. Yeah, there's the Magician. There it is, the Six of Swords. So we were talking about a Leo placement, or a Leo. They were trying to lead, right? So I feel like we're taking an energy. Now, this is about masculine and feminine. We're taking an energy from a woman and we're putting it on a man. We're trying to get that man to be the leader, but really it was a woman in charge. All right, so that could be one thing we're trying to do. It's like you're trying to take something where you control and force somebody to maybe even listen to you. You're using your words or your strength to like control and force somebody to pay attention to you and come to you. Okay, what do you need to change this into? Could be dealing with a Leo or have Leo placements. Maybe you're a Leo moon, Leo rising. What do you need to change this into, Geminis? Okay, we've got the King of Cups. There's the Five of Cups, the Hangman. So there's the Pisces energy that was listening to somebody they're not supposed. Like, all of this is kind of connected. So like I said, right, versatility, voice, and mood, right? We're telling you that something can be a regret or a loss. And you're like, no, we can do this, that, and the third. There's not going to be a loss. Who's versatility and voice really quick? Okay, so this person has actually succeeded at something. That's what I'm saying. Like, somebody has actually succeeded. It looks like something works for them. And what are they trying to advise you to do? It's like that's why they're trying to advise you of this, or What are they trying to get you to do here? Okay, the Eight of Pentacles. Maybe they're trying to get you to be consistent. All right, we got the Eight of Pentacles, the Queen of Wands, Two of Cups, and then the Justice. So that could be you. You came out as a Justice. But somebody's trying to get you to be consistent or work on something. What might you regret here with the Five of Cups, Geminis? They could be trying to get you to think of something in the long term because we're talking about fluidity and luck. Okay, yeah, there's the High Priestess. Okay, so something is going to abruptly come to an end. There's got the Three of Cups, the Hierophant, the Ten of Swords. There's the Star. So these are all tied together. It gets hard when you did all the readings because we're talking about how Aquarius is following a rule, regulations, blah, blah, blah. I feel like something may not continue to be controlled because people are not following that rule anymore. There could be something dealing with a Taurus here with the Hierophant. All right, I feel like, too, this has something to do with women. I feel like literally somebody does not respect a woman telling them. Or somebody does not respect, like, the information or the energy coming from a woman or a feminine energy here. And it's like you're trying to control. So whose knowledge here? What does somebody have knowledge about? Because that's who you're trying to, like, it could be like a battle. Like, no, you're not smarter than me. No, you don't know any better. But it's like somebody is older or somebody has already been through it. So what is knowledge here? Because that's who you're trying to control. Or maybe you're trying to control what somebody knows. You don't want them to have the information. I feel like it's a Capricorn or Sagittarius. Yeah, the Wheel of Fortune. Somebody already knows how something is going to go, or I feel like, too, something's not going to make sense because of what time something occurred. I know this is random, but I don't know what you're trying to do or what you're trying to control. But it's like something can't be controlled because of the time. Something is bound to shift, or time is bound to run out, or you may be doing something at the wrong time in the wrong location. So we're observing it. We can see it. It's not. All right, well, what other energy should you be in, Geminis? And we'll get the outcome here. Okay, so you should be in determination or focus. What do you need to focus on that's best for you? And then we'll get the outcome here. You got angel, love, and confidence. So like I said, if you're trying to control a Sagittarius just because they came out as knowledge, I feel like somebody is trying to give you good advice. It looks like they're trying to make you feel more confident or make you feel more independent. Yeah, confidence again. And angels on the bottom. So it looks like somebody's trying to get you to feel, I mean, more, better about yourself here. So it's like the person that you're trying to control, they are trying to help you. They're trying to give you information that can help you. But it's like you may not want to listen. Maybe they're younger than you or, whatever other reason. What do you need to pay attention to here? Looks like somebody's trying to be generous. All right, we got Capricorn energy too. All right, the Devil card, 10 of Pentacles, 4 of Pentacles, the 10 of Cups. So these are tied to the readings where I said, like, there is it's too hard to explain because there's so many cards tied together. There's so many readings tied together. Here you go on the bottom. Let's see. Now remember, you might want to watch that Aquarius reading because you have a lot of groups of people in your reading as well with the 10 of Pentacles, 10 of Cups coming out. I would recommend you watch that. So yeah. Somebody is trying to show you, like, okay, this is traditional, like, you might want to pay attention to this or pay attention to a different way of doing something. I feel like, too, somebody wants to go around a community where they are happier. All right, y'all. That was Gemini. Make sure I got all the cards out. Okay, Libra is next. I was like, what? I didn't read that right. It says, don't self-destruct, turn from this madness. Y'all are crazy. All right, let's see. Libra is next. I will say that spirituality and hoodoo and reading cards made my life a million times better. All right, so I'm just throwing that out there. I can't say the same for everybody else. It depends on what you decide to dabble in. But for me, I used healthy, positive manifestations. So that's just me. All right, that is just me. I cannot. The only times where I had any struggle in life is when I did not use my spiritual gifts, or did not use tarot, or did not stay on my spiritual path. That is the only time I had any issues. All right. All right, Libra. Libra is next. All right, so what is the center of the reading for the Libras? Let's see. If you're watching on TikTok, this is on YouTube. You said people are rude. They're just, it's either bots or they're bored or they just don't get no bitches in real life. So, so they got to come bother me. That's all. It's okay. All right, what's the center of the reading, Libras? All right, self-esteem, somebody being bothered, triggered, offended. I think this came out in Virgo's reading, and I also saw it come out. I saw it come out a couple times. I did see that in the Pisces reading, somebody was trying to be funny, but it's offensive. Or somebody's trying to be romantic, but it's offensive. So let's see. So self-esteem. In this reading, Libras, what might trigger somebody's self-esteem here? Let's see. Oh, spirituality, innovation, and respect. All right, well, here we go. So there's a couple ways I can read this. If you have a spiritual belief system, you may feel weird, left out, isolated, different. Whatever your belief system is, that could be within you or something like that. But it looks like maybe somebody spiritual is able to create something, and that's an issue. All right. What role do you play here, Libra, for yourself? What role do you play here, Libras? Okay, so dominance. That's the same energy as Gemini. So Gemini came out as you with the skill card. So you have a Gemini. You have a Gemini placement, but you are dominance. You are controlling something. What are you able to dominate or control here? Or what are you dominating? Okay, the strength card. So today you're dominating a Leo. So I did mention that the Leo was trying to lead, but it was not working. So you are controlling a Leo, or you are controlling something that goes on like infinitely. Okay, yeah, luck. So you're making sure that something is repetitive over a long period of time, or you are controlling the way something goes for you. You are controlling somebody's fortune, literally. All right, so, okay. What other energy should you be in here, Libras? You may have a Leo placement too. What other energy should you be in, Libras? Okay, you've got fluidity. So there's ebbs and flows, ups and downs. You got inspiration, fight, and emotions. All right, so it looks like there's some sort of going to be something that may trigger you emotionally. You may need to focus and not, really get triggered. If you're wondering, I feel like you may be doing something better than a Leo possibly. Yes, I'm live on YouTube and TikTok and Kick. Hi there. So I'm not ignoring y'all, Twitch. And I'm not only talking to... I'm only talking to 3 people. I know it looks like nobody's on here, but... All right, so let's see. Let's get 8 cards for the Libras here. So you're able to control something that's going your way. All right, we got the 10 of Pentacles, the Queen of Cups. So you're being sympathetic, or you work well with a group of people here, this company. All right, there's the Lovers. Yeah, you must have like a Gemini placement. You must got a Gemini placement or something like that. Okay, we got Gemini, got the Lovers, the Devil card, 10 of Wands, the 8 of Swords, the 6 of Wands, okay, and then the King of Cups. All right, so there looks like there's an energy. If we're talking about two separate people, one person is doing something out of sympathy for others, right? But then we have another individual over here who is doing something solo, and they're making sure they're doing it out of self-love, making sure that they are comfortable first. Okay. I'm also getting to, when I see the lovers and the devil card next to each other, sometimes I think about, okay, this is the result, or this is the physical result of a decision. Okay, so that could be why you are dominating luck here, or you're dominating the way something is going. But if you're wondering, you are doing better than a Leo, I feel like, or if you and a Leo were competing, you were the one that won that competition. I'm also getting two, well, temporarily. I don't know what the scenario is. Energy can always shift and change. But okay, so somebody has an emotional attachment to a group of people, a business, or a family, right? And so they made a decision. Now, the result of that decision, they were able to do a lot of work solo, but it looks like it worked out in this case. Something works out to be successful for them because they are kind or nice or generous to this group of people. All right, so I feel like in your case, Libra, like if this is you, something works out because you do very well with the people that you work for, work with. You may even be able to control your emotions better than somebody else with fluidity here. Like if there's ebbs and flows, ups and downs. I feel like too, if this is in the workplace, you know how to kind of schmooze. Like that would be a good idea for you to be schmoozing with the people who are in charge. But we're gonna see. I don't know where that self-esteem part came in at. I don't really see that here. I don't think it's you. But what's self-esteem really quick? Let's see. What's self-esteem here? Who's offended or bothered or something? Okay, we've got the Eight of Wands, the Knight of Swords, King of Wands, and then the Temperance. All right, so the Sagittarius came out as knowledge that this rules spirituality. All right, somebody could be trying to bother a Sagittarius or repetitively try to poke at somebody's spiritual belief systems, or repetitively, like something could be spiritual warfare. They're bothering somebody or something like that. Yeah, the High Priestess, there's a Seven of Swords, Two of Swords, a Judgment. Yeah, the Tower. So it's like somebody is following their intuition, or they're using spirituality in the way that they're supposed to. Why does that bother somebody else? What do they want to occur here? Again, if this is you or there's somebody that you know, the issue could be like, ooh, I have a different spiritual belief system than other people, blah, blah, blah. All right, but what do they rather occur here? Somebody would rather what? Oh, yeah. The Three of Cups. It could be like, well, why don't you act normal? Or why I want you to go to the club, literally. Like, I want you to party or go to the club, or I want you to fit in. Again, like somebody may feel like, yeah, I don't fit in because I have a different belief system or something like that. All right, or why don't you act like other women or something? Okay, I'm also getting to spirituality stops somebody from being so emotional or acting off of emotion. The Three of Cups is still an emotion. All right, so maybe somebody consults, their cards, or they meditate before making a decision, or so somebody doesn't just make a decision just because they're in the moment or something is happy in the moment. All right, let's see what else we can pull here. What's the energy between the Lovers and the Devil card really quick? Okay, there's a fight or a competition. There is conflicting energies. I feel like too, the idea of something conflicts with the reality of something. Or there's a Gemini and a Capricorn. They are literally fighting each other. They literally do not get along. Yeah, I feel like the idea of something does not match the reality. They're conflicting. Okay, so what is the idea here really quick? Okay, the Hermit. Let's clarify what they're paying attention to. Could be a Gemini Virgo combo or something like that. They're inspired to do what, or they're focused on they want to do what here. Okay, they want to ignore something. All right, what is the Capricorn energy doing? Okay, they're the Chariot. These are very, I mean, there's major cards, but I do feel like they are conflicting energies. They're going in different directions. The Capricorn may be looking towards a Gemini or something like that, but I don't think it's a, I don't know, they have conflicting energies. Let's see what else conflicts here. What is the Lover's energy here? Okay, what are they saying? The Gemini did have voice. Yeah, fight. They want to fight, or they're saying something that's conflicting, or they're arguing. What are they conflicted about, or why don't they like the Capricorn, or what's the Capricorn's energy? Something conflicts here. Yeah, mood. That's what they were supposed to do. They were supposed to ignore something. It's like they're right next to each other, but they're arguing or they're conflicting, or a Gemini is saying things that are conflicting, or they're arguing something. Okay, what does that have to do with anything here? Not quite sure, but what is the argument about? What is the Gemini conflicted about? Or this person, whoever is talking here. Okay, yeah, I feel like it's sex or something. Okay, so sex is connected to money in this case. So, but I feel like if this is a Capricorn, I'm gonna keep it a buck. They are not that, they're a money oriented person. So if we're talking about passion, connectivity, and hustle, right? If there's a scenario we're talking about like sex or relationships, that's going to be directly connected. You cannot avoid that. Maybe that's the issue, because Capricorn is thinking long term. Capricorn is reality. All right, the idea of sex is cool, but okay, if it makes the baby, we got to pay for that baby. If we don't want the baby, we got to pay to get rid of that baby. If we take a plan B, we got to pay for that plan B. If I get hungry, I need some food. You got food in the refrigerator. We got to go buy food. The reality, like the reality of dating or the reality of sex or something like that, you need money, or the reality of an idea or the reality of an action. Take sex out of it. If there is some sort of desire or something that you want, the reality of that is you have to pay for it. Something's going to cost money. Like whatever you want to do or the actions that you want to take, like nothing is free or something like that. Like I feel like that's what's going on. That's the conflict. I don't know where this is for you. You may have one of these placements, like a Gemini Capricorn placement. So it depends, but yes, I feel like that's why the conflict is here. All right, but somebody ends up successful. I feel like the successful person decides not to do something out of sympathy, or they're able to control their emotions. So who ends up in the Six of Wands here? Knowledge. Okay, Sagittarius came out as knowledge, but I didn't really pull their energy yet. So, oh, I did. I'm lying. I forgot I even pulled that. All right, so it's a Sag or a Capricorn or who? Yeah, knowledge and potential. It's a Sagittarius. All right, so what do they successfully complete here? What do they successfully know to do? Yeah, guidance, intuition, yeah, finesse. I talked about Leo, so this is tied together. All right, so I feel literally intuition about taking a shortcut or trying to do something in a shortcut manner. You have dominance over a Leo. If you are wondering you won that competition, or the Leo is not able to lead people to listen to them or be influenced by them, but I don't even really see you here that much. So let's just clarify for you. What else are you doing in dominance? Let's see. Okay, so you're the Tower. So this is going to be shocking or unexpected. Maybe you thought a Leo was going to win. Maybe you may not realize that you're dominant, that you have a dominant energy here, or that you're in charge of something. So what do you expect, Libra? Let's see. What do you expect? Okay, judgment. What's actually occurring here? Maybe you expect somebody to call you out or say something to you. Yeah, the Magician. So remember, this is the thing. Pisces was supposed to do this. Pisces is supposed to lead themselves. This was the energy that Pisces is supposed to go in, but you're going to be able to manipulate something, or something's able to be manipulated. All right, let's just clarify that. What else are you expecting here with judgment? Something is going to be manipulated. I feel like it's a Pisces or something. Oh, yeah, sexuality, the Cancer, the Gemini. you expect for the Gemini to be making a decision because they came out as voice. So Gemini is trying to distract or argue something. So maybe you're assuming that the Gemini is going to be correct, or whoever the person is that you're listening to or who's arguing, they're supposed to be correct. Maybe you're watching this from the outside looking in. So what is Gemini supposed to do? Or you expect the answer to be Gemini? You expect the result to be Gemini or something like that. So the Gemini is supposed to heal or fix something. The Gemini is supposed to be the solution. You may feel like they have the solution. What? Okay, this is, your reading's very long. So so what is the issue here? Okay, self-love, and it's supposed to change it into what? Yeah, exactly. I said that. Somebody is successful or something is working because they are focused on themselves and they're not being compassionate. It's supposed to change from selfishness and change it into what? Because somebody is arguing this. So that's the thing. Like the issue, quote unquote, is supposed to be self-love. So somebody's supposed to just be peace. Just like be okay with something. Like don't, okay. What's actually occurring with the Magician? Versatility. So this is a Gemini reading. So in the Gemini reading, the woman was correct. But a Gemini is trying to like argue with them or something like that. So somebody else is correct here. Somebody actually is able to manifest something. They're able to actually build something up. You got versatility, confidence, and versatility, ambition, and confidence. Yeah, somebody's not going to get emotional vision and emotion. So I feel like you're watching this or something, or you may have some of these placements. You're like, damn, I thought that Gemini was going to, that's how that's how it's coming off. Like, dang, I thought that Gemini was going to solve that problem, or it's like, no, that's not going to happen. Somebody has all the tools to make something work. I feel like they have information. All right. Okay, that's an interesting reading. Let me drink some tea. Fix my lip gloss. All right. Where is my lip gloss? All right, let's see. That was Libra. Scorpio and Taurus and Aries is left, y'all. Scorpio, Taurus, and Aries is what we got left. So we did all the rest. They are up on YouTube. If you're on Twitch, Kick, TikTok, these will be up on YouTube. Timestamp in the description. Speaking of timestamps, let me make sure I put it for Scorpio. All right, Scorpios, y'all been coming out as fight the last couple of days. So let's see. Let's see if you've calmed down at all. Let's see. All right, Scorpios, what's the center to reading for you today? Let's see. I'm going to try to fix this Instagram live after this too. Okay, the situation at hand is intuition. Who came out as intuition today? It might have been Virgo, but the situation at hand is intuition. It's things that we know and cannot see, or we know how something is going to go before it is occurring. All right, so what is intuition telling us today? What's intuition telling us today here? Okay, we've got transition, love, and style. All right, so somebody is going to do something out of love for a Cancer. All right, so somebody intuitively knows to do something out of love for a Cancer, or somebody intuitively knows to make sure that this Cancer feels okay or feels at ease or something like that. Somebody may intuitively know that they have to move or relocate with transition. That's a very specific story, and I might tell that one day. So what role do you play here, Scorpios? What role do you play here, Scorpios? Okay, so you're coming out as power. You could be using your power. You could be upset about something. But I feel like you are using your authority. You are standing in your own true power. All right, what do you have power over here in this scenario, Scorpios? All right, so over confidence and ambition. So you are trying, this could be within yourself, your work, your career. All right, so you're trying to, if this is within yourself, you have power over your own control, over your own career, or you have power over a Virgo. All right, so what other energy should you be in, Scorpios? Could be yelling at somebody. You said I'm still reading, I need a raise. It's all good, it's building up. All right, so what energy should you be in here, Scorpios? You should be in resistance. Okay, so what do you need to resist here? Okay, courage. Okay. All right, now, don't just jump off the ledge today, Scorpios. I feel like you want to just do whatever. Okay, what do you typically have the courage to do? So you should not do this. You should hold back. We got order. Okay, this is not okay. So you should not do this then. Why? What do you need to be what do you need to consider? The truth. Uh-oh. I don't know what you're trying to do. But you need to consider the fact that somebody is able to like see the truth here. Thanks, Andre. That's what's going on. All right, so intuition came out. Intuition is the center of this reading. So somebody intuitively knows the truth. So this is not a time to, what else? Okay, what else is the truth? This is not a time to go do whatever you want to do. All right, we got luck, personality, sexuality. Something with Gemini may come out. Okay. Let's see. I'm going to break this down a little differently here for the Scorpios. Let's see. We're going to see what you're currently doing in power. Let's get one card for that, Scorpios. All right. I told you. Let's see. What are you doing in power, Scorpios? All right. So the Knight of Wands, you could be rushing into something. You're taking action. So if you're kind of already on the move, kind of already doing something, I would slow down. Like say you're actually physically moving, driving, something like that. Like you need to pay attention more to your surroundings. What do you typically have the courage to do here? Thank you, vibes. Let's see. What do you typically have the courage to do here? Hold on, that's too many. Okay, you got the strength card. So in the strength card, in the Leo reading, you may want to watch the Leo reading. The Leo plan did not work this time. All right, so the Leo was not able to accomplish something that they were trying to accomplish. I feel like, too, with the strength card, you may feel like literally you can handle something. Like something is not too big of a deal for you to do. You may even want to go toe-to-toe with a Leo. I wouldn't do that. You need to fear like whatever this is, like literally if we're talking about in a literal sense, a lion is supposed to be scary, right? Like we're not supposed to go up to no damn lion and try to tame it. You need to be you need to be cautious. Okay, what should you do instead here? You might have a Leo placement. Like just as an example too, if you have a Leo rising, it's not a good idea for you to do something out in public. I feel like you're trying to literally prove how strong you are or how capable you are of doing something. What should you be doing in resistance here, Scorpios? Damn, you should just be in the 10 of Cups. You might want to fall back. I feel like you need to fall back. I feel like stay with, something may even risk your family, or like stay with your family, stay with your friends, stay in the neighborhood that you're in right now. I feel like if you are moving, traveling somewhere, it's not a good idea for you to go to that place, that location. It's not a good idea for you to flex, like if you feel like you're stronger, better, or if you want to do something independently. I feel like it's a good time for you to fit in And not in a way like, this is the reading though. So I feel like it's a good time for you to fit in, care about your family, friends. Like it's not a good time for you to really, yeah, do all of this. It could be because people are watching and it's just not a good idea. Yeah, what is the truth here? Because that would be the result. What would be the truth in a scenario for the Scorpios? Okay, so we've got the Ten of Wands, the Hangman. So there was Pisces. There's a Chariot. That's intuitively we knew. All right, here we go, right? These are tied together. It's hard to explain when they're tied together. The Pisces reading, they were guided to be Cancer energy, right? We know eventually we're going to see that they're not supposed to do that. We're going to see that they are not supposed to, guidance in the Seven of Swords. That's what I'm getting. Whatever, if there's a Pisces involved, you're trying to get that Pisces to work with a Cancer or be around a Cancer. That's not going to work. It's not a good idea. Or you're trying to get a Pisces to move forward on a plan here. This is not a good idea. We're going to see what's going on. Let's see what intuition told us to do. Because we already pulled the Chariot and we know that we're supposed to have sympathy or make sure that a Cancer feels comfortable or... Let's see what instinct told us here. Let's get 4 cards for that because it has transition, love, and Chariot. Hey there, welcome. All right, so the Two of Swords, the Sun, the Three of Swords, the Queen of Cups. You know what's interesting? Because I didn't even pull the High Priestess, but I feel like it's almost like looking back, I was right. It's an energy like that. Because the Two of Swords here, somebody made a logical decision, right? To find out more information. They kind of ignored their own emotions. They ignored how they felt. And because they were able to do that, they found out more information. Hold on, y'all. We're going to have to wait for, we got to wait for the gossip. She got to wait a second. All right. It's like, nah. All right. So we're able to see something. It is depicted as knowledge, as power in this deck because the sun illuminates things. Okay. So what are we able to see with the sun card here? Yeah, the Page of Cups. That could be the Cancer, but I feel like this is a message. Like this is the way something is presented. All right, so the Page of Cups, Ace of Pentacles. I'm going to present you with this. And then there's the Five of Wands, the Five of Pentacles. Yeah. So we knew that something was not going to be a good idea. We knew that something was going to have a lot of chaos or a lot of conflict. That's interesting. Let me clarify the Two of Swords really quick because that is a part of intuition, but it didn't come out as a High Priestess. So that's interesting. It's kind of like more logical. All right, so we got Gemini energy. Yeah, fight. So somebody is thinking about like all the conflict or that is what somebody is realizing. I feel like too, they're like, okay, this would distract me from focusing. This decision would distract me from focusing. And somebody knows that, they're like, no, I can't do that. All right now, but like I said, Scorpio, this is not the time to don't just jump off the handle. Don't just think you can do something or think you can just handle something. In this case, you cannot. You need to be cautious. And that's just point blank period. That's your reading. All right, next, Taurus. I'm not going to explain it too much. Let's see. Taurus is up next. Let's see here. And then we got Aries. We're almost done, y'all. We're almost done. All right, so what's the energy for my Tauruses? Let's see. What is the scenario surrounding the Tauruses here? What's going on, Taurus? Oh, that's Scorpio power. All right, that Scorpio is acting a fool. My YouTube is the same username as EeshUrHeartOut. Now Scorpio is your opposite zodiac sign. You could definitely have Scorpio placements. You have a Scorpio placement, please watch the Scorpio reading. All right, but that's that Scorpio over there. All right, so what is your current energy, Tauruses? Let's see. What's your current energy? Okay, sexuality. You're coming out as Gemini energy. So in that sense, you may want to watch the Gemini reading as well. I'm also getting you're trying to think it clearly and make a logical decision. You could be partnered up with somebody